this is Miss Sheila on the line with Victor Kidz. Hope everyone's doing fine this evening. So, this is not my usual attire, but this is something very important that we're going to talk about tonight. So, I have this little thing right here. If anybody can guess what this is, I'll give you a few seconds. And it's a very well-known candy, and kids love it. And it's called a lifesaver. Now, I wonder why it's called a lifesaver. What does lifesaver mean? Well, for one thing, if I go out in a boat, like, see, I have plans on going to the lake. Not really, but if you were going to the lake, or if you were going to a river, or if you were going fishing in a boat, well, this is something very important. It's called a life jacket, a life vest. And with this lifesaver, this candy, it can't do nothing. It cannot save you. You can enjoy it. But if you go in the water and you go without one of these things, especially if you're going to go on a boat, you are not going to make it in the water. This thing here stops you from going down. It's a float, and it's already been approved by the Safeguard Coast Guard. So this life jacket would save you. And what I'm going to talk about is this family decided one day, this man, he got home from his work and he said, you know what, I think we're going to go on a boating trip. So they all got prepared, they got ready, and they were excited. Obviously, they were excited. I mean, if your parents come home and say, hey, we're going to go somewhere, it's exciting, right? So they went, they got ready, they got the boat, they rented the boat. And when the father was getting on the boat, he told them, okay, you all put your, what's this called? Life jacket. So one of the boys, which was the older son, he said, you know what, I don't need it. I'm a strong swimmer. I don't need it. I've been in the water. Remember, Dad, when I was in school, in that class, the swimming class, I got those medals. I'm a strong swimmer, Dad. So, they got on the boat. The father's doing what he has to do. And do you know what happened? The storms came, the winds came, it got dark, and 4 of those people survived. What do you think happened to the one that did not put this on? He perished. The one and only thing that could have saved him, he refused to wear. Now, isn't that foolish? So I'll tell you something else that's foolish. So, when we think about things in the world, first of all, I'm going to tell you a verse, and this is a very well-known verse. We've learned it in Victor Kidz. We've learned it for years. We've done contests, where what team is going to win, what's going to get the verse together first. We've done all of that. We really believed it. Let me read the verse, and it's a very well-known, and you're going to know right away as soon as I start this verse. For God so loved the world that he gave his one and only Son, that whoever believes will not perish, but have everlasting life. So let's take that whoever out of this verse and put our name. For instance, for God so loved the world that he gave his Son for Sheila, that believes will not perish, but have everlasting life. So when we put our name there, that's something very important. This verse is already important. This is a decision that has to be made if we choose to believe or not. We can learn the scripture and we can do all kinds of games referring to John 3:16. But if we don't believe, it's like going on a boat or going out in the water or going to a water park and not wearing your vest. It's very dangerous. And it's the same way, boys and girls. here in the world. It's foolish that we would think that we can sail life in this big world without Jesus. So it's very, very important. Like I said, this Lifesaver, this is a gooey gummy one, which they're delicious. This can't do nothing for us. This, it can be fun also. Like let's say you're in the water and you start getting weak in the water. This thing is going to come in handy. You're going to be able to grab onto it and it's going to help you up from going under in the water. When things come in our life, like something that unexpected, the first thing we do is start like getting real worried and concerned and anxious. Why? Because we're not trusting and we're not really believing in the verse that we're learning. So this man made the wrong decision. It was a foolish decision to make, right? I have a little poem that I want for us to learn. I really, really wanted to kind of try and do a rap, but I'm not really good at it. I tried it. It's I'm going to try it, okay? Because you know I'm up for game. I'm up for fun with you Victory Kids. So, my confidant and friend, when life is full of holes, on his love I can depend. He helps me find the sweet side, bring color to each day, and he will gently lead me each step of the way. Let me say that again because that did not sound good. Let me try again. My confidence and friend, Jesus is my lifesaver, my confidant and friend. When life is full of holes, on his love I can depend. He helps me find the sweet side, bring color into each day, and he will gently lead me each step of the way. That's a promise. When we take this verse to heart, for God so loved the world that he gave his one and only Son, that whoever, put your name there, believes in him, he will not perish, but have everlasting life. And that's exactly what happened to that person that refused to put the only thing that could save him from drowning that day. I remember one time we were coming back from the movies and we were young teenagers. And we used to get off at a bus stop, and the bus stop had like a little food stand, and the Americans ran that food stand. So all of us young girls would get off and we would go and we would buy hot dogs. And I remember this one night we were there and we saw a lot of commotion going on outside in the water. And we saw the police sirens out there in the water, and there was just something very not normal to see in a little village where we lived. But you know that what happened was we asked the person when it was our turn to ask for our order for the hot dog, we asked them what's all the commotion out in the water. And they said, oh, a man drowned. And do you know, boys and girls, this man was very well known. And he was well known to be in the swimming club and a very strong swimmer. But that man went out into that ocean and he perished. He drowned. Why? Because he thought he was strong enough. And he lost his life that night, because he was not wearing the only thing that would have saved him from drowning. And we drown in sorrow, we drown in depression, we drown in even in jealousy and all kinds of stuff. And that can bring you down and bring you down and bring you down. And you know, when you talk about the word drowning, it does not necessarily mean in water. It's talking about drowning in sorrow, drowning in things that you wish you had this or you wish you had that. And and all the time Jesus is like, I got your back. Look at Peter. Peter was having problems. Maybe he was praying, maybe whatever he was doing in the boat. But Jesus told him, come to me. And he did. He got down off the boat and he walked on water. But then what happened? He took his eyes off of Jesus. He started looking around. Oh my goodness, look at this storm. Look at this water. I'm going to drown. And he almost did drown because he took his eyes off of Jesus. And you know what Jesus said? First of all, Peter cried out, Lord, save me! Because that's what Jesus does. He saves. That's why he came to the world, to save us from all those conditions and situations we get ourselves into. We can't hold the world in our own shoulders. That's what God came for. That's what Jesus came for. He came to take that on his shoulders. He took it to the cross so that we did not have to be feeling all anxious and like school's getting out soon. Is school going to go back this coming year, this 2021? That may be one of the things that's in your mind right now. Don't worry about that. You take Jesus to school with you. Carry him with you just like this vest. If you're going to go out into the... this one right here in particular is only for when you go off the shore a little bit. You can't go out into the ocean with this. But this will save you in the water, or the boat capsizes and you're still not too deep out there. But there's other kinds that you can go out into the ocean. There's men that go out into the ocean for days, but they're wearing this for their protection to be safe. And that's what Jesus is saying. Come to me. Come to me. He's waiting. Look at this. I have a little craft. Look at this. I think this is cute. I like this. Look what it says. What does it say? Jesus saves. What does it have? A ring. When you go on a steamer or you go on a ferry, that's what you're going to see. All around that boat. In Scotland, we would get on the ferry, and as soon as you got on that ferry, it's the first thing you saw was big, big things like that. Like if something was to happen to that boat, that you already had this to throw out or to put on the people. It's very important. We need to put Jesus on, boys and girls. He's just waiting. Let Jesus be your lifesaver. Let him be your lifesaver. And I got this lifesavers right here, and I'm going to take them to children's church on Sunday. Come Sunday, it's going to be awesome. We're going to have a great time. But if you want to do one of these crafts, I have the stuff. Maybe I can do it right now. Let's see if we've got some little bit of time. If I don't finish it, don't worry about it. We'll get it. Oh, I don't think I even have the glue to do this. That's okay. I'm gonna leave this for you all to do. But this is what it says. Look at this. Let me say the verse. The Lord comes to rescue each time. Not just sometimes. The Lord comes to rescue each time. Psalm 34:19. For those of you that memorize this verse, it's real simple. Look at that. The Lord comes to the rescue. First of all, you have to cry out to him like Peter did. Lord, save me! And Jesus was right there and took his hand and got him up. And that's exactly what he wants to do with you and I tonight. That's exactly what he wants to do for you and your friends. And then when you do that, you pass it on to your friends and you say, you know what? Jesus saves. And they're like, what does that mean? You can tell them. That can be your story. I love you guys. Thanks for joining. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Come to Children's Church, Victory Kidz, Sunday morning, 9 o'clock. Spanish service, 11 o'clock, English service. I love you all. You all have a great weekend. Stay warm. Stay dry because it's going to rain hard. So make sure you're going to be safe. Love you. Bye.